Hello, everybody. I wanted to make an analysis on the new trailer for Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom. It dropped today, and I have some thoughts I want to share, okay? Okay, I'm gonna stop that. I think y'all know I'm doing the replacing R and L's with W's. It's a little hard to do because I have to actually talk like a fucking retard. But I, I wanted to talk about this. Oh, fuck. A lot of people are really excited for this. And hey, if you're excited for this, good for you. But as you have seen, or may not have seen, my last video on it, the trailer, uh, I'm very. I think my reaction is basically. Have you ever seen that fake reaction to Byleth by Papagenos? And yes, that was fake. A lot of fucking dumbasses think that's still real. He proved it was fake, where he was super excited for like half a second, and then he realized what was going on, and he said, "No, are you fucking kidding me?" That was me with this. With this. This looks bad. I'm just gonna be honest. And I shouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised because War for Cybertron has really been. There's some dude, and I don't think this is accurate at all. He says the better the toy line, the worse the show. And that's not true at all. Beast Wars and Animated had some of the greatest toys, but their shows were also the two best, objectively. I know a lot of people like Prime. A lot of people don't like the toys. You know, they were kind of rushed, I think. So I guess that kind of works. Cybertron had some excellent toys. Same with Energon, but those were some rough shows. Perfect examples of the opposite being untrue. You know, Beast Machines and Armada are both considered some of the worst shows, and their toys are also pretty bad. I mean, to be fair, Beast Machines I think is pretty cool, but then again, I also think the show's kind of cool. It's just also incredibly fucking flawed. So, but I think I don't believe in that philosophy, but it works really well with War for Cybertron. Siege was fine, but I couldn't finish it. I finished Earthrise, and that was so fucking forgettable. What was his name? The dude who fucking trashed on Earthrise. I still need to make a video on that. He's apparently roasted. I think his name's like Reviews End or something. He's roasted Earthrise and like picked it apart like a fucking Last Jedi analysis. And I haven't watched it. I don't really like him. I think he talks too fast. I like having discussions with him, but it's just a stupid fucking cartoon. There's nothing notable about it. The one thing that I dislike heavily about War for Cybertron, the voice acting is a fucking abysmal. It's really bad. Everyone's picked apart Optimus Prime for being overly aggressive. I don't even think he's the worst case. I think Alita 1 is probably the worst. She talks like Kamala Khan from the Avengers, where she always talks super serious and raspy. And it's like, get a fucking personality, please. And that's why I expected, you know, those two were going to be fine, but Kingdom was going to be a shit show. And you know what? I think I understand how a lot of people back in 2005 felt about watching Revenge of the Sith. And a lot of people nowadays who didn't like the sequels, you know, they watch Rise of Skywalker. They're like, let's just get this over with. I might enjoy it, but I'm probably going to hate it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch it, but I'm probably going to think this is dog shit. Because if you have like a bad voice act like Shockwave or Optimus, you know, it's fine. They're just iconic characters. But Beast Wars they're only like on-screen appearances. They've always had excellent voice acting. Megatron, Rat Trap, Silverbolt, and Gary Chalk, and even Tigatron. They're perfect. I think they're the best ones. You know, characters like Rhinox and Tarantulas are pretty good too. The only ones I think were bad were Terrorsaur. His screeching was kind of annoying, and I think he was trying way too hard to be like Starscream, and just it didn't work. I didn't really like Terrorsaur, honestly, and I kind of hope he doesn't show up. But outside of that, the voice acting was amazing on that show, and it really brought the characters to life. So if you get that wrong, which yeah, that's not good. So let's actually get into this. First up, we have Megatron, who actually looks okay. I think he looks a bit like a generic, like, what was that stupid CGI Jurassic Park show that I caught my younger brother watching, and then I beat him up because he watched a kid's show. But no, I saw him watching that, and it was like cheap CGI. That's kind of what Megatron looks like. I really like his Beast Mode toy. I think it's perfect, but I get they can't get that right all the time, so this doesn't look that great, but it's fine. It's passable. So let's just get into this. All right, first up, we want to talk about that scream. I believe that's Megatron. I hope to fucking God that's not Megatron. I think it is. We'll have to watch, but that's bad. That's bad. How did they let that happen? I mean, any fucking YouTuber who's ever talked about Beast Wars, or especially Megatron, everyone's done an impression of Megatron. It's such an iconic voice acting. But this is just bad. You know what? I would have rather they got the dude who voiced Claw in that Kimba show, the 80s one, where he tried to sound like Scar. That dude probably would have been a better Megatron. I don't know if he's part of the Union, but you could have picked up any fucking old Joe and told him, just do Beast Wars Megatron, and it would have been... I don't think anyone's done an amazing imitation of Megatron. I certainly have my own imitation, which I'm not going to do, but maybe if you really want it, I'll do it in my Megatron review, because I'm a lazy fuck. But yeah, this is just bad. It sounds like the dude's not even fucking trying. So let's just listen. The music is... This is just a little tiny trailer that was in a whole bunch of Netflix stuff, so I know why it's so short, but anyways, let's continue. The fuck? Why can't I continue? The fuck? Okay, there we go. So we see a couple of characters, and there's Optimus Primal shooting. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, not much to talk about here, but let's just look at this.
My name is Optimus Primal.
I'll go back. Okay, first off, that voice acting. What is that? What even is that?
Optimus Primal. My name is Optimus Primal.
It really is just everything. Let me go back a little bit. It really is everything that is just... It's such a War for Cybertron voice. It's so generic and bland. It sounds like he's trying way too hard, but he just sounds so unnatural. My name is Optimus Primal. We'll get to that in a second. I don't want to talk about this face. A lot of people really like the 3D models. Personally, I think this looks uglier than the old model. I mean, it looks a little bit nicer and cleaner, but the model itself is just fucking butt ugly. I don't know. Something about it just looks terrible. I know the antennas look squashed and he looks fucking stupid. He looks like he got his head slammed in the door like Kill Bill. But that's pretty bad. So this does look a little bit just awkward. It's not the worst thing. And we see Rhinox stepping for some reason.
My name is Optimus Primal.
And let's pause it right now. Okay, this... I really... Was it too hard to make them based off of the toys? Okay, with the Rhinox, yeah, don't want to do that, because that... You know, he got his colors wrong, he's got a wrong head. This looks better, I guess. Rhinox is the only one who looks better. I don't like how he looks like the Thrilling 30s toy. I know a lot of people really like it, but... He's supposed to be Kingdom Rhinox, not Thrilling 30s Rhinox. And proportionate-wise, the Kingdom Rhinox is a lot better, but I think overall, it's an okay design. I don't know why they don't look like... And I just want to talk about... Okay, first off, Rat Trap is normal size here. He's a little bit shorter than Cheetor by like a head, which is accurate. I watched Beast Wars a while back. And Cheetor is looking a lot more show accurate. I expected that, but that just makes the toy look a lot worse. The one thing I want to say is Rhinox actually has his correct colors, which is embarrassing for the Kingdom toy, but hopefully that means we're going to get a Kingdom repaint, a Netflix repaint. Or probably not. I think we're done with Netflix, but oh my god, would I love that. Rat Trap and Primal, they really didn't need one. I think Airazor and Rhinox really needed one. They feel so incomplete, I think. Cheetor, Primal, not Primal, Cheetor, Rhinox, and Airazor were the ones who, like, looked out of place with their colors. It just looked really flat and cheap looking, or just not accurate in the case of Airazors. And I feel like if they had a more show-inspired color scheme, it would be a lot better. I like the colors for Rhinox, but his design's a little bit weird. But hey, we got Tigertron, and that's kind of cool, but it makes me think, what is he going to look like? Is he going to be like just a bigger Cheetor? I fucking hope not. I'm interested to see how they do with that. That'll be interesting. Rat Trap has the show accurate. He's got the show accurate rat face for his stomach, which is kind of interesting. But overall, I don't like the stylization of it. It looks kind of like they're Cyberverse characters where, I don't think War for Cybertron in itself is a good show, but I do like the way the characters look. They just look like they came straight out of the toys. And they even have high quality. This just looks cel-shaded and just kind of weird, like, interpretations of them, which, like, for Cyberverse works fine, but for, like, War for Cybertron, I don't know. But let's get to the amazing moment. The designs initially pissed me off, but this is beautiful.
We're from your future.
We're from your future. Everyone desperately wanted these characters to sound right, even if you couldn't get the cast because of the whole union shit, or they're too expensive or whatever. You have to get good voice acting for these guys. You have to. And what do? We're from your future. They didn't fucking care. They just don't fucking care. That's just bad.
Your future. We're from your future.
It's like, wow. That's disappointing. It's just, I'm not looking forward to watching this. It's coming out soon, I heard. It's coming out, like, what, a couple of days before, like, or no, I think it's coming out the day after the Kashima Direct. So, after I'm done with work, get the fuck out of here. After I'm done with work, I got something to watch. Yeah, I got both that. Probably get some cool Mii costumes. Hopefully not some disappointing ones. Well, the Sephiroth one sucked, but, like, I think we're done with that. As long as they don't just, like, have literally all the Miis look incomplete. Like, the only one that was complete was the Geno one, and that should have been a deluxe. Or, like, Tifa and Aerith not coming with wigs when they desperately needed one. I think it will be fine. The Hero and the Joker ones were pretty bland, I'd say. I'm getting off topic. I don't give a fuck. Because I don't really have much else to say. There's the whole, I'm not your nemesis, or I'm not your enemy, and, Ultra Magnus is back, and he's Nemesis Prime. Great. Does this say anime series? I just picked that up. This is anime? No. Get the fuck out of here, man. No, that's not true. Maybe it is. I don't fucking know. Maybe that's why it sounds so garbage. I wonder if the Japanese dub sounds a lot better. I think this show ultimately has the exact opposite problems. I was about to say, actually, no, never mind. I was about to say the show has the exact opposite problems with Beast Machines, where those characters look like fucking garbage, but at least it sounded correctly. You could kind of say that. They look a little bit better. I still think Primal looks worse than his old design. But the voice acting is going to be horrendous. I can't wait for the woman who played Kamala Khan to actually voice Airazor, and she does literally nothing. That's going to be great. I know Dinobot's going to have a large part. I know Dinobot's going to have a large part in this series, because, everyone loves Dinobot. I just hope they don't make the other characters, like, no personality. If they do, I don't even give a shit how good the rest of it is. The show sucks. The show's a failure. Because this is supposed to be King Beast Wars X, the Transformers, the G1 Transformers. And when you can't get that right, the one thing that makes this season look interesting, like, what's the fucking point? No one gives a shit about Primal. Really, nobody does. Nobody gives a shit about Megatron. Nobody gives a shit about Elita fucking 1. I want to see, like, the interactions between the characters. Write them like they're... You have to write them as if they're from the original show. And I get it's a reboot, but with G1 characters have been rebooted so many times, it's fine. But, like, Beast Wars, it was only, like, there was one Beast Wars. So you have to get the feel of those characters right. Otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? Or do something just as good. Like, for instance, if you wanted to change Scorponok, because Scorponok sucked, you want to make him more like Soundwave, where he's more like a cool, loyal second-in-command to Megatron, do that. That's something new, but it's, like, actually good. I have a feeling these characters are all going to be completely bland and one-dimensional and just there to sell toys when, well, they really don't even have to do that. The old Beast Wars show does that perfectly, at least with me. Or just being really good. I don't think they need a show. Like, if they never made War for Cybertron, do you think the toys would sell well? Of course they would, because it's really good. But yeah, this does not look good. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm so excited. And great, if you're excited, I'm glad you're excited. It sucks that I'm not excited for this. I would love to be like, yeah, my favorite characters are back on the screen, but they have to fit, you know? They have to look good, they have to feel good, they have to sound good. I don't think this is enough. And a lot of people will be like, oh, you're just nostalgic for the old Beast Wars. It wasn't that good, says the fucking dude who grew up with Transformers Prime and is only saying this because Transformers Prime is your favorite show. But yeah, I hear that a lot. Beast Wars is only good because you're nostalgic for it. Which is funny because I didn't even watch the show as a kid. In fact, the one time I watched it as a kid, I zoned out. It wasn't until I watched it when I was 17 I realized this is like one of the greatest cartoons ever made. So yeah, Kingdom. I'll watch it. I don't think it's going to be very good. I'm probably going to fucking cry my eyes out. Not like, you know, the Dinobot's death or, you know, Airazor getting sucked into space. None of that shit. Just look at how they massacred my men and women, my children. What do you think of Kingdom? Okay. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I guess we can hear Optimus say, I'm not your enemy! Because, lol, funny Prime.
I am not your enemy!
Yeah, okay. Alright, that's all I got. See you later.